So I want to let you know that if you need a block or if you need any props, go ahead and grab your props. And you can keep them nearby within arm's reach. And I want to thank you for coming and joining me. And we're going to begin lying down in Savasana. So I want you to lie down on your mat and connect your body to your mat and find some stillness. I want you to take a deep inhale and exhale. And flop your legs out on your mat, arms to the side. Take a scan and see if there's any tension anywhere. Focus your breath on your tension. Squeeze that spot and let go. I want you to follow your breath on its inhales and exhales, and try and follow your breath through your body. And take a moment to arrive here and try and shut out everything else going on, because you have nowhere else to be. Maybe you'd like to set an intention for this practice. It could be something like you want to be more present, or possibly you'd like to dedicate this practice to someone you know who might need a little positive energy. I want you to remember to be kind to your body. Listen to your body. You're the one who knows it best. Make sure to take any modifications you need. And always take a break and rest in child's pose or stop for a drink of water. Now let's slowly add a little bit of movements in our fingers and toes. Take a deep inhale and exhale. Make a little bit more movements. Maybe you can put your head side to side. Yes as a nose. Let's do a full body stretch, like a morning stretch. Feet together, point your toes. Put your hands up ahead of you and do a big stretch and grow as tall as you can. I want you to slowly come to seated in an easy seat. You can have half lotus if you're practicing half lotus. You can do crisscross, or you can sit on your knees in hero's pose. We're going to begin with some sideways stretches and painting some rainbows. So with our palms towards the sky, bring your right hand. You're going to see me opposite in the screen. You can get your right hand, face it towards the sky, ground your left hand on the ground, and slowly paint your rainbow up and over. Try and make it a very controlled brush stroke. One more. We'll move to the other side. Switch your paintbrush in your other hand. Ground with your right hand, palm facing up, and paint your rainbow on this side. You can go slower if you want, or faster. Whatever feels good. Remember to breathe. Very good. Both arms on the side. And let's take a couple shoulder shrugs. On your inhale, you can rise your arms. And as you exhale, you can let it go. You can take some lion's breath as you exhale and let it out. Inhale positive and exhale anything you don't need. One more. Now let's go to tabletop. Make sure to put your hands and wrists under your shoulders, spine neutral, and put your knees under your hips, and they can be hip distance apart. On your inhale, we're going to do a cat pose. Arch your back. In your exhale, let it go down. Arch your back. Look up. Inhale. Exhale. Take 3 more at your own pace. Connect your breath to your movements, which connects your mind to your body. When you come down to your last one, widen your knees, bring your toes together, shift your weight back, and extend your arms overhead for extended child's pose. You can rest your head on the mat, you can rest your head on a block. If you have any knee issues, you can rest a folded blanket under your knees or under your heels. And let's take 5 nice long breaths. As you're nearing that last exhale, go ahead and walk your hands back towards you. Bring your knees together. And we're going to take our hands and we're going to flip them on the inside, or flip them out facing down and back, and go down to child's pose, the original child's pose. As I like to call it, a turtle. And you can rest your head on the mat. Come back to the intention of your practice. Remember to breathe. We all wish for world peace, but world peace will never be achieved unless we first establish peace within our own minds. Slide your hands under your shoulders and slowly push up. And let's come to standing. So whatever is the easiest way for you to stand. We're going to go to the top of our mats and mountain pose. So keep your feet, you can keep them hip distance apart, toes together, a slight bend, or a slight space in your heels. Activate your knees and thighs. Grow tall. Hands face the room, or face the front of the room. And take some inhales and exhales. Roll your shoulders back and away. We're going to do Sun Salutation A. So begin at the top of your mat, where you were. If you're at the top of your mat, hang out there. Rise your arms to the sky, palms face together. Take a little bend back. And then float your arms down to the ground for forward fold. You can put a slight bend in your knees. It's about stretching your lower back. Halfway lift, palms to shins, elongate your back. You can keep your gaze neutral or look forward. Plant your hands to the mat, bend the knees, and jump or step back to plank pose. You can put your knees to the ground, or you can keep everything activated in one long line of energy. Stack your shoulders over your wrists, push forward, and bend your elbows at 90 degrees, keeping your elbows in, hover, and slowly drop to your mat, unfolding your feet, looking forward, push into your hands, activating your glutes and your legs for cobra or upward dog. Take a nice inhale and exhale. Send your heels, or send your hips to your heels. Untuck your toes and stretch your legs for downward dog. Make sure to walk your dog. Walk it out if you still need to walk it out since our first downward dog. Keep your biceps near your ears. And if you need to put a slight bend in your legs or in your knees, that's okay. The intention of this pose is just to elongate your back. Look at the top of your mat and slowly walk your hands to your feet. Halfway lift, hands on shins. Forward fold, bend at the knees. Very slowly, rise your arms in the air. Hands up to extended warrior or extended mountain pose. Palms together. Now bring your hands right to the side for mountain pose. Reconnect to the breath. Inhale and exhale. Now we're going to do one more round of that. You may do it at your own pace to your breath. You may do it slower. You can follow me. Inhale, rise your arms to the air, palms together, take a little back bend. Exhale, hinge at the hips, dive down to your mat with your hands, forward fold. Halfway lift, Hands on the shins. Fold down, plant the hands, bend the knees, step or jump back to plank. Shift forward. Take a bend at your knees, taking chaturanga. Activate your glutes and your feet and legs and push up to cobra or upward dog. Exhale, push back to downward facing dog. Hips to the sky. And we're gonna hang out here for 5 breaths. Take time to see how this one feels compared to the first one. Do you still need to walk it out? Do you need to make any adjustments? You can move as you need to. You don't have to make it a non-movable pose. Move with it. Listen to your body. And most importantly, don't forget to breathe. Drop the knees down. Put your feet together, knees wide, and go down for a child's pose. Extended, or you can flip the hands and put them alongside of you behind you. Whatever your body needs. Trying to surrender into the pose and relax your body. Breathe into any tight spots. Let's bring our hands under our shoulders and slowly roll up to seated or to on our knees. Hands on the mat in front of you, and let's stand. You can do a downward dog and then walk your hands to your feet to stand and rise. Very good. How are we doing? Okay. So we're going to work on some balancing poses. Well, we might do 1 or 2 poses, and we're going to start with tree. So with any pose that requires balance, you may use a wall for balance, or a door, a wall. You can use, for a couple poses, you can use blocks to balance. Remember, every day is going to be different with balance poses. One day you may be a rock star, the other day you might be one of those signs at businesses that fly around. And that's okay, it's different every day. So what we're going to do is we're going to stand in mountain pose like we did earlier. Make sure to ground, lift your feet, spread your toes, those are your roots of your tree. We're going to shift our weight to our left side. Try and shift your weight into that leg. And we're going to start heel to ankle, or you may start your foot to your calf. Or even if you feel like you have good balance today, you can bring your leg to your inner thigh. So with this pose, you want to make sure that you have your shoulders up and back. Your knee is hinged to the side, and you're growing tall like a tree. It's important to find a point in front of you that's low to the ground, that's not moving, for a focal point. You may keep your hands at heart center, or you may grow your tree. We're going to stay here for a few breaths. If you come out, you can go back in. If you want a little more challenge, you can sway your tree. Or you can take your gaze above. Another challenge is to even close your eyes, which I cannot do. I would need to be like this. Very good. All right, let's lower our branches in the trunk of our trees. Shake it off as we prepare for our other side. We want a balanced tree, right? All right, so let's ground into our right foot. Shift your weight. Make sure your shoulders are back and you're ready. Slowly bring your foot to either resting it on the floor, your calf, or the inside of your leg. Hands on hips, heart center, or grow your tree tall. Remember to keep your shoulders back and down and try and be the tallest tree you can be. But it's okay if that wind's blowing you over or if you want to add wind. Just keep trying. I'm sitting here blowing in the wind and my tree's about to fall over. Remember to breathe. Don't forget, like what Bob Ross says, you be a happy little tree. Wonderful job. Bring your legs down, arms down, shake it off. All right, it's time to be warriors. Let's take your feet to the top of your mat and take a big step back with your right leg. Make sure to keep your stance. We're going to do warrior 2. So keep your stance at a slight, here so you can see. Sometimes you can do this with warrior 2, but it puts a lot of tension on your knees. So put a slight turn on the inside. And make sure your left knee is in line with your left ankle. Shift your body to the side of the room. Remember to be tall, arms to a T. You can put your gaze to your left hand, or you can keep your gaze at the side of the room. Follow your breath. Remember to keep a look at your knee. Make sure it's not folding in. And it doesn't want to fold down, so you want to make sure to keep it up and over your heel. Now we're going to hinge forward for extended side angle pose. So hinge, hinge, bend your arm at 90 degrees and place it on your front leg and rise your arm to the sky. If you want a little bit more, you can straighten your arm to the ground, or you can place it on a block. Whatever variation you choose, make sure to keep your knees in line with your heels and your shoulders up and back. This is a type of a side bend. You guys are looking really strong. Told you we're warriors. All right, let's windmill the arms up, chest up, back to warrior 2. And then let's go ahead and bring our right foot to meet our left. Take a couple deep breaths. You can have your hands to heart or hands to the side. Now we're going to do our left side. I'm going to move to the other side now. Okay. All right, put your hands on your hips and take a big step back with your left foot. Don't forget to your heel placement in the back Your foot should be dropped and slightly turned in. Your right knee should be over your right ankle. Your chest up and lifted. Turn to the side of the room. Arms out to a T. Just make sure to keep your knee in line and settle into the pose. Don't forget to breathe. This is a very activated pose. There's a lot going on. Remember to keep your gaze either to the side, or you can look over your the middle finger on your right hand. See if you can go a little deeper. Now moving to extended side angle. Hinge forward. Put that 90-degree angle in your arm and rise your hand to the sky. Remember, you can do a variation where you put your hand on a block, or you can just have it straight to the mat. Remember, this is a side bend, so keep your chest face towards the side of the room, and only take it as far as you know your body wants to take it. Don't force yourself. Let's prepare to move. We're going to lift the torso and float our arms back to Warrior Two for a moment. Take a deep breath. And let's swing our body for our left foot to meet the right foot. Take a deep inhale and exhale as you reconnect. Go ahead and take a drink of water. We're going to have one more balancing pose. You can take water. This one, you can use your block on its side. You can use it here on its lowest one or its medium height. We're going to practice and play around with Warrior Three. So with Warrior Three, you're going to bring your feet together. And what you want to do is put your hands to heart or hands on your hips, or even grow your arms tall. Let's shift our weight, just like in our tree, to our left foot first. And slowly rise our right foot in the air. Now, if this is too much to keep your arms up, hands on hips is just fine. And what we want to do in Warrior Three is we're going to hinge. I'm going to show you from the side. We're going to hinge forward. And as we do, we kick our leg out. Now, if you're feeling wobbly, when you hinge, use your block. Use a chair. Hold on to the wall. Walls are our friends, and they're our prop. See what you can do in the next minute with playing around with this. Even if you just go to a slight angle, just a slight one, your body is still working and doing all the movements. Remember to find your focal point and breathe. Try to keep your hips square to your mat. Don't let that hip fold in. Be strong, but breathe. If you fall out, that's okay. You can keep trying. I usually feel this pose in my left side, the balancing leg. Very good. All right, let's bring our right foot down. Walk it out. Everything is all tense and tight. Walk it out, stretch it out, take a second. Reground into your mat. And let's do our other side. So from mountain pose, let's shift our weight into our right foot. Take your time getting your balance. We're not in a rush. Hands at hips, heart center, or overhead. Start hinging your body forward. Keep your hips square to the mat. And remember, you can use your block, the chair, a wall. Play around with it. And don't forget to keep breathing. Sometimes I find it easier when you inhale and grow tall, and then exhale and shift forward. Very good. One more try. Nice job, guys. All right. Very good. Now it's time to do one more round of the sun salutations, and then we get to cool it down. So let's stretch it out with one round like we did earlier. So top of your mat in mountain pose. Inhale, rise your arms to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands on mat. Step, jump to plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Bring your gaze to the front of your mat and hop, step to the front of your mat. Halfway lift and forward fold. Rise your hands to the sky and hands down to heart center. Now let's come down to our mats. You can sit down. We're going to go back down to child's pose. Just to cool our heart rate down. Spread your knees. Bring your toes together. Arms overhead on the mat or tucked behind you on the sides. Forehead to the mat. And just reconnect with your breath. Bring your hands over or under your shoulders and push up. And swing your knees around, or legs around in front of you. And slowly make your way to your laying on your mat. Let's hug knees into chest and give ourselves a little hug and smile for being here. You can roll side to side slightly to massage your spine. Release your knees, bringing them to your mat. And we're going to do a supine twist. So let's begin with the right side. Hug your right knee in, keeping your left leg down on the ground, relaxed. And we're going to bring it, you can either stretch it out or you can keep it bent, and you're going to bring it to the left side of the floor. Cross over your body. Keeping your arms to a T. Keep your shoulders on the mat if you can. It doesn't matter how far your knee goes, if it hits the ground or doesn't. And bring your gaze either neutral or to your right. Take a couple breaths here. Bring your gaze neutral. Bring your arms and legs back in. Extend your right foot. Bring your left foot into your chest and squeeze it in. Bring your right hand around your knee and pull it to your right side while extending your arms. Ooh, I felt my back crack. While extending your arms to a T, and bring your gaze to your left side, or you may keep it neutral. Take a nice few breaths here and just let go. Bring your gaze to neutral. Bring your arms in, knees in. You can lengthen your legs, flop them out, arms to the side as we prepare for final rest. Make any adjustments you need to make to find stillness and comfort. You can put a pillow or blanket under your knees. Take 2 big inhales and exhales. And find natural breath. Come back to your intention for this practice. Your body worked so hard, it deserves this rest. They say letting go is the hardest asana. When reflecting on your practice, remember, it doesn't matter if things aren't perfect. Your practice is your time to feel alive, loved, and free. Savasana is very important to a practice. It helps your mind, soul, and muscles repair. So it's time to slow down and relax. Let's slowly begin to come back to ourselves in this moment. Take an inhale and an exhale. And slowly reawaken your body. Let's move your fingers and your toes. Start making a little bit more movement. Tug your knees into your chest and slowly roll to one side. Take a moment just to scan your body and see how you feel. Slowly make your way to seated. And join me, hands to heart center. You can close your eyes. I want to thank you so much for joining me. I am so proud of each of you for showing up. You are amazing, you are worth it, and you are loved. Hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Namaste. Thank you so much.